Hi guys, I'm Saumya and I'm back again with another video. So in today's video, I will be talking about Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. Before moving on, I would like to say that if you are a book lover, then you should definitely subscribe to this channel because I make loads of bookish content, and do not forget to press the bell icon so that you get notified every time I post a new video. And if you want to follow me for more bookish updates and sometimes non-bookish updates, you can follow me on my Instagram at @thatdesibooklover. So in today's video, as I said, I'll be talking about Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. Before I move on, let me know in the comments that if you have read this book, then which is your favorite character. I would love to hear from you. Now let's get started. Also, don't forget to hit a like and also leave a comment on today's video. So Little Women by Louisa May Alcott is one of those books that everybody knows about, whether you are a reader or a non-reader. In fact, in my own case, when I was in 3rd or 4th standard, I had a question in my GK which was that who is the author of the book Little Women. So I mean, that's how famous this book is. So it took me quite a long time in my life to finally pick it up. So the story in Little Women is taking place during the time of American Civil War, and the central focal point of the story is the March family, more specifically the 4 March sisters: Meg, Jo, Beth and Amy. Meg is the oldest sister and she is somebody who's really pretty and she's very fond of luxuries. Jo is the second sister who is extremely fond of reading books and she is what you can call a tomboy. Then we have Beth, who has a very gentle, sweet kind of a nature. She's always willing to take care of other people. And finally we have Amy, who's the youngest sister. She loves to draw and she's very pampered and spoiled. So Little Women is a story about how the March family has fallen on hard times and how the 4 sisters often wish for a better life, but their mother keeps them grounded and she teaches them to be grateful with what they have, and they hold their mother in a really high regard, so they often listen to her. It's a very happy family altogether. And also we read about their neighbor, a boy called Theodore, who likes to be referred to as Laurie. So this is a story that talks about all these characters and what happens in their lives. So Little Women is one of those books that is surrounded by a lot of hype. I wanted to find out whether the book is worth the hype or not, and I'm very happy to say that this is a very enjoyable read. This is one of those light breezy books that you pick up to drive your stress away. I mean, this book has that effect, and all in all, this book made me smile a lot. Little Women is the kind of story that imparts a lot of valuable life lessons. So sometimes it adopts a very preachy sort of a tone, but at the same time, when you read about the 4 sisters and the other characters in the story also maintains a very human quality. So that is a balance that Little Women maintains, and I greatly appreciated that about this book. If I talk about the characters, the obvious choice for the favorite character is Jo March, obviously, because Jo exhibits a lot of qualities that you admire as a reader. She's brave, she loves to read books, and she is not scared to experiment. I mean, these are the qualities that you want to have in your personality. These are the qualities that you love to read about. But at the same time, I will say that the other 3 sisters, Meg, Amy and Beth, also display their sense of characters through the story, and I feel all the 4 sisters are admirable in their own way. I particularly really liked reading about their mother, the kind of insight that the story gives into her character as a person. Whenever the girls miss their father who's away at the war, those parts in the book are really emotional, and they brought tears to my eyes many times. And apart from that, the neighbor's character, that is Mr. Lawrence, who's the old man, and Laurie, who is his grandson, who becomes friends with the 4 sisters, these 2 characters are a very valuable addition to the story, I believe. Little Women quite a few times talks about what it means to be a good proper lady, something that might have been a little annoying for me had it not been for Jo's character, because on one hand we had this good proper lady narrative, but on the other hand we had Jo, who was actively opposing that narrative. So I felt that was again a balance. On the surface, it seems like Little Women doesn't have grey areas, but that is only present on the surface. As you read the story, as you unravel the characters, you realize there are a lot of grey areas in between the story, which I feel is the biggest reason as to why Little Women is still a book that so many people love reading, which is why I loved reading it as somebody who belongs to this time. So there is a factor of relatability even in today's time, which is what keeps this book relevant. Little Women is a sweet story of family, sisterhood, togetherness, being grateful for what you have. On the whole, the story brought a smile to my face, and this was totally a stress buster, and I am glad that I spent my time reading this book. As it turns out, Little Women also has 3 more books that follow it. For the time being, for the foreseeable future, I don't think I'll be picking them up, although I won't say that I'll never pick them up because you should never say never. But as of now, Little Women for me is a story that is wonderful and complete in itself, and I do not want to change that for a long time. So I'm very happy that I finally read this book that had been on my TBR since so many years. So that was it. That was my review of Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. If you want to get your hands on this gorgeous edition published by Vintage Classics, then you can do so by the link that I leave in the description box. I hope you found my review useful. If you want to connect with me on my social media, then the links are in the description. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, bye bye and take care.